A very pleasant good evening to you as we welcome you to the Storm Report inside the Tower Grill on the campus of Arizona Christian University. Tonight on the program, we will talk a little cross-country with Ariz Duarte and Brandon Ericson. They'll be live in studio here with us in the third segment of this evening's show. Also on the program, we will speak with football players. Offensive lineman Will Chambers and linebacker DeAnte Livingston will also be part of today's program. And, of course, the head coach, Jeff Bowen, joins us. As you can see, he is already the man in the middle. I'm Kevin Derryberry. On the other side is my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole, and we welcome you to the Storm Report. Without further ado, Ed, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Coach.
How are you?
Coach B.
Excellent.
Pleasure having you on once again. Congratulations. It was 60-8 victory. And, I think I mentioned on another report, it wasn't even that close, Coach. You guys really put it to them. I want to start with a couple of stats. First of all, was it just odd that we were down in that game? ACU trailed 8-7 in that football game. Kind of hard to imagine, but credit to Scots for coming back and going for two right there. But a couple numbers I thought that just were impressive. 31 first downs to their 9. I thought that was a pretty impressive number. But on third down, your defense again stood tall. They were only 13% on third down conversion rates, 2 of 15. That's an impressive number. Your defense allowed your offense to get on the field more times than not.
Oh, the defense has been playing well lately in our 3-game stretch here of wins. We've really settled down, and we're playing good defense. We're getting our opponents off the field, not giving up big plays. We did give up the one big play that led to their first touchdown, but other than that, they shut them down, take that out of there. And even with it, they didn't have 200 yards of offense. So our defensive side played real well.
They sure did.
And on the offensive side, of course, what can we say? 60 points, 627 yards of offense. Tyler Duncan, 2-time Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Week, 3 times already this season. He's done it 2 times in a row. What did you see from Tyler on Saturday night? 339 yards of offense, 5 touchdowns. This kid continues to excel.
Tyler has really settled down. There was a stretch early in the season, and really it's probably our fault to just ask him to do too much. Too much on his plate, thinking about things too much. And he's settled down, simplified checks, and just letting Tyler be Tyler. He's obviously effective in the run game as well as being able to throw the ball down the field and do some things in the passing game. And the thing that makes him special is you just never know when he's just going to take off. And that's hard to prepare for as a defense. So he's a triple threat guy, and he's playing well right now.
You've probably broken some film down at this point a little bit. Again, we mentioned that 60 points. That's a gaudy number, Coach. It's a fun number to work with. How about the number 70? That was the length of rush that Tyler Duncan took one to the house. I believe that was the longest rush of his career. In fact, he finished with 136 on the evening. Take us through that play, the right side, huge hole, and Tyler Duncan did a great job. And then Arion Ward was the lead blocker on that play. Design quarterback draw.
Yeah, we have a scheme that we use in our draw package series. We got a couple different ways to do it, and we went 4 wide. They were spread, and they tried to run. It was a perfect call at a perfect time. They ran an inside twist, so they were looping out. That let us get Arion right up onto their middle monster linebacker guy that they use in their scheme. Blocked it, and when you go 70, there's a lot of blocks.
Yes,
obviously. So the offensive line did a great job pulling up field, and receivers were blocking downfield, and people don't realize how fast Tyler is once he gets loose.
He can scoot, Coach.
Yep.
He can absolutely scoot.
Yes, he can.
That was a lot of fun to see that. By the way, another guy to scoot, maybe you mentioned Maurice Rocket because it was a lot of fun to see him dazzle as he was in very, very impressive.
Rocket had an outstanding game. In a game like that, no player is going to get 30 or 40 touches, but I don't even know what he had, probably 10 or 12 touches in the game, receiving and rushing, and he made
14 touches.
14. Made some big plays. We ran him on the reverse. We threw the ball to him. He scores. We hit the screen with him, and he walks into the end zone. Just played and what people also maybe not recognize is he's one of the best special teams players in the conference. He gets it done in that phase of the game for us also.
Yeah, just to finish up, Ed, 130 all-purpose, 2 tutties from Ariz Rocket. I don't know about the tackles on special teams. I'll let you ask your next question. I got a little follow-up to Maurice Rocket on our conversation.
I got a
with him.
feeling I know what you're talking about. As physical as line was defensively, the O-line only gave up 1 sack to Tyler Duncan. What did you see? How did you grade out the O-line?
They graded out well, and here's a testament to what we do and how we do it. I'm going to give a lot of credit to our varsity coaches and our club coaches. We had a lot of injuries on the offensive line. The club center started, Josh Franks. We had another club tackle that played in the game, Matt Grout. So 10 offensive linemen played. They did a great job. We kept our quarterbacks upright. We rushed for almost 300 yards. It was a complete sound victory, and on offense it always starts up front.
Matthew Jordan also got some time in there as well. I believe he was one of the starters.
Yep.
Late call to action. Hopefully Caleb Merriman's feeling better today among the other guys. But I thought the offensive line, especially with so much youth and guys that were thrust into immediate action, performed well, in the face of fire.
Did a great job. I mean, we scored on the second or third play of the game, and we just kept things going. We scored on every drive except for one. So offensively, we were very consistent in what we were doing, and that always starts up front. And Will and the boys did a great job.
Speaking of Will Chambers, he'll be our guest in the second segment. The pride of Scottsdale Christian Academy. Learned a lot of football under Nate Holtz over there at SCA. But Coach Ed, you're up. Was it me?
It's you. You had a question about
Yeah,
Maurice.
I just wanted to go back to Mr. Rocket because the week before in that Ottawa game, that impressive win, in case anybody missed that, 40-38 ACU. But the question about the numbers game came up. So we've got Dejan Walker wearing 24, and we also have Maurice Rocket wearing 24. There was a point in the game, Coach, we didn't think that Maurice was going to be on special teams because he was such a valuable piece of the offensive puzzle. But he pointed out to Ed, he sent him a message, say, hey, that 2-4 on special teams is Maurice Rocket. Just want to make sure you're clear. So we saw him doing his thing out there, triple duty for Maurice, and he's flying to the football. And like you mentioned before, Coach, he's just getting it done in all 3 phases for you.
Yeah, he's special, and he's young. I love it because he's only a sophomore, and he's going to get better. So we're excited about what he's doing now, and excited about what the future is going to look like with that young man.
Coach, we talked to you in the field before during pregame, and you said that the practices during the week were all business-like, coming off the Ottawa win, and it sure looked like they took care of business on Saturday night. From back to the defense, 3 sacks, 8 TFLs. Young man DeAnte Livingston, one of the young men that had a huge night. He had 4 tackles. Just what did you see from the defense, from the front to the middle to the back? As we talked about giving up under 200 yards and just 2 for 15 on third downs, just all these great numbers that the defense left line with deficiency-wise. But what did you see from them all?
Well, you take away that one play, and they're at I don't know, about 120 yards of offense in a college football game. That's thorough.
That's paltry.
That's thorough. The guys, I love what our front four is doing defensively. Jake Farrell is putting up huge what we stat points and stuff, and he's got 250 production points. He's playing phenomenal. Moses is doing a great job, and so are all the other defensive linemen. But it all starts up front. It always does, both sides of the ball. But they're getting it done. The linebacker plays outstanding. They're running around. They're making tackles, getting where they need to go, especially in coverage stuff. Our nickel packages, when we bring in different guys, they're getting it done. And then the secondary, we're playing a lot of new guys and a lot of young guys in the secondary. You obviously have the veteran with Riley in there, but we got a lot of guys that are new to our system. And like Jordan Francis, I think he's one of the tops, if not the top, interceptor in the country right now.
He's tied for the nation lead with 5.
Tied for the nation lead with 5. So it was thorough. Defensively, they were flying around, making a lot of plays, getting the ball back to the offense, and I mean it's just one of those games where you're just getting it done. It was methodical. My wife told me it was. She kind of lost interest a little bit. I was like, well, sorry, we played so well.
So about losing interest, there's no way that could possibly happen. But when it is 60-8 and you're still throwing the rock, sometimes we'll have some questions about that. Now, the reality is what we have come to know over ASU football. When you run the spread, you can run it in practice as much as you like. You can give any defensive combination. You can scheme anything. But when you actually get live bullets, right, when you're facing live action, you want to play all your guys. And that's when you really get a real good feel for the depth that you have. Quinn Commons got in and did a nice job. And then Corbin Vasily also got in and took one to the house 47 yards away. So he looked pretty good. He looked very athletic. But that's why you throw the ball when it's 60-8, because you're still trying to get guys reps. And they're always trying to develop depth. And that's the what you do,
I'm not into running up scores and embarrassing people or anything like that.
Right.
I mean, but it's also their job to keep the score down. We're going to play, and when our young men get a chance to play, we're going to run our offense. I mean, we're not throwing 4 verts and trying to rip it. I mean, we're throwing 5-yard outs just so a young man can get a feel for what it's like under live action. And
sure.
And we're running our read option stuff where it's give, run, throw. Just our base offense that goes in the first day of practice, and we suited a boatload of kids, and they all played. So hats off to those guys for being able to go in and execute.
Yeah, for being ready, right?
Yep.
Opportunity knocks. How about Sean Bailey? One time you called his number. 58-yarder, special teams, just making a contribution. Sean Bailey, player of the week last week in the Sooner. But you tried a 54-yarder with Nestor against the wind. That time the wind got Nestor on that one. The kick was online.
Well, I don't know the exact number. He's kicked 2 or 3 49-yarders in his career here, and we know he's had a great career. And I wanted to just give him a chance to bang a 50-plus.
Yeah.
And we saw where it was, and so are we going to go or not? I said, no, just field goal team, and it was from 54. If it was from 52, he makes it. He's a special young man. He's all about the firestorm, and he represents us the way we want to be represented. So, and then he still made another kick later on. His kickoffs are going into the end zone. He's a weapon for us.
He really is.
Yes, he is.
There's no question about that.
Coach Bryce Washington, another huge game. Brandon Johnson, both of those 2 young men, 3 touchdowns, nearly 200 yards receiving, 12 catches from those 2 young men. What did you see from those 2 kids?
Well, Bryce is a Division I bounce back for us from the University of Houston. We knew he had talent when he got here, and we've been able to get him on the field this year, and he's producing. He's a great energy guy. His teammates love him. He brings a lot of energy and toughness to the game. And Brandon's, he got time last year and made some contributions, but he's definitely stepped up his game, and he continues to produce. And I think we had 12 guys catch the ball,
Yep, 12.
So it's just one of those nights where everybody got theirs. Yep.
Last one for me, JB. I was at practice a few weeks back, and Coop was doing his thing. He was coaching your wide receivers up. And we might have mentioned this on one of the other previous programs, but the wide receiver group, they had to spend a little extra time after practice, and they were doing some extra running and doing some other drills. But what I took away from it was the late night action that your team was staying. It was almost dark, and they were still getting the work in, and coach was still coaching. And this wide receiver group has stepped up since that moment, and collectively you're getting good line play. The offense is working. Everything's kind of humming together. But those wide receivers, all of them, even going down to Doughty, Eddie Ray Ronco had his first catch as a collegiate. His second, actually. It was the second. He had 1 ball last year. But Jonah Leon, Donovan Bailey, all these guys are all stepping up, and we talked about just taking advantage of their opportunities, and they're doing just that.
Well, put that in perspective, and this goes to the coaches that recruit and the guys that we bring in and the quality of talent. We had 12 guys catch balls in the game, and we have 8 receivers that aren't playing this year because of injuries.
Wow.
That were projected to be in the top rotation type of guys. So the room is deep, and we got a lot of young guys, and so we're excited about that. We're playing well right now, which is what we'd hope to be doing, but also we're playing a lot of young guys that bodes well for the future as we move on down the road to a different conference and and stuff like that. So it's exciting what's going on with that group.
JB, we'd like to find out what you're doing on the bye week, but we're out of time. So we're going to have to talk Texas College in a week or so. But enjoy the off time. And for those guys that need it, get extra attention in the room, get healthy, get strong. And we certainly appreciate your time. Congratulations on the 60-8 victory. And winners of 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Things are looking pretty good right now.
Appreciate it. The guys are playing well. We're excited. I mean, if you want me to stick around and I can talk some cross country if you'd like, because
We're going to need
most people don't know
Ed
that.
told me he's going to need some help with that. So, JB, if you know you're thinking too about cross country running, let's get after it together.
You know, I was a track coach for 30 years, and they always thought I was the throws coach. And I took offense.
Right. You do
I was the sprinter hurdler coach, so it is what it is.
We know you've got something to add when it comes to talking track. That's
There you
cool.
go. There
Hey,
you
don't
go.
go away. More on the Storm Report. We're going to talk with Will Chambers and DeAnte Livingston. 3 on the show next. We welcome you back inside the Tower Grill on the campus of Arizona Christian University for the Storm Report. And joining us on the set is Will Chambers and DeAnte Livingston. A little offense, defense here, Ed. So, hey, we'll go back to the routine, right? But let's start with 3 right here. DeAnte Livingston out of Bethel College before he made his way here to ACU out of Carson, California. What do you say, D?
How you doing today, sir?
We're doing good. Congratulations on a fantastic victory. And you had a instrumental part in the victory. 6 tackles for you, was it? Let's see here. We got 4 tackles.
4.
I had you for 2 more, Ed. I had D for 2 more, but we're just going to go with Tim's numbers. We're going to go with 4.
He may have gotten 6.
We're just having fun with it. But D, congratulations for you. But really, tell us a little bit about your growth and your journey here at ACU. You've come a long way, and you're still sticking with it.
So I'm a senior this year. So I'll be graduating in May.
Okay.
Elementary education major.
Nice.
I'm starting my student teaching next semester. This year has been going pretty well. We're on our 3rd win right now. We're doing pretty good. My journey from here, I went to Bethel College in my freshman year. And then when COVID hit, I went home, and then I knew a couple of friends that was going here to ACU, and I got in contact with the coaches, and everything worked out greatly. And then I was able to attend as a sophomore, and I've been here ever since.
Who'd you contact? Which coach?
It was Coach P. It was Coach P and Coach Will.
All right. Very good. We're glad to have you here.
So, DeAnte, going back a couple years, you were here the first time when the Firestorm won that SAC championship.
Yes, sir.
Can you recall back to that? We had that was a great year for us. We went to Florida. Of course, the outcome wasn't what we wanted, but still, that was a phenomenal year that year.
Yeah.
Flashback to that year.
It was a blessing to be a part of it. Just the experiences from traveling everywhere. Like with football, like if you've never traveled before, you're able to travel during football. Like I've never been to Florida, probably haven't been in a while. I was able to go, like I've been to Texas many a times, Oklahoma. It was just a great experience just being around like a group of guys that just bought into what the coaches were teaching us, and we just kept going and just we were able to reach the end goal. I still wear my ring all the time, like it's just happened a year ago. It seems so long. I mean, it seems so long ago as a time period, but memory-wise, it seemed like it was yesterday.
Those kinds of rings are meant to be worn.
Right.
That's the
Absolutely.
thing. So many guys keep them, in a special place.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool to see you wear yours. We saw Sid Turnbull Frazier, our guest at halftime in the broadcast Saturday night. Sid had his ring on as well. So that speaks volumes of what the success was around here. One quick note for you before I get to Will. DeAnte, I believe in that year 2019, you were an all Sooner athletic academic that year too. So congratulations. You
Thank
get it done
you.
in
I
school.
appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Will Chambers, my friend, congratulations for being here. There's a bunch of questions to lead with you, but I'm going to start with this. Pops, right? Transformational coach.
Got to start with Pops.
One of the most inspirational men that I've ever met, to be honest with you, but here on campus, you guys get a chance to interact with Coach Chambers on a daily basis. But what's some of the conversation that you and Dad would have, whether it be football, whether it be Jesus? What kind of conversations do you guys have? What do you guys talk about?
Man, I love my dad. I love spending time with him. It's been an awesome journey ever since I was a kid when he's been working with teams, spending time with him, traveling places. Just outside of sports, it's just I love spending time with him. It doesn't even have to be with what he does with ministry. But, we just love talking. I love spending quality time with my dad,
And the thing is, sorry, Kev, like when we're on the field with Coach before the game, he's always ministering to us and he prays for us before the broadcast. I know he's traveling back from Carolina. He was with the Panthers yesterday, but yeah, your Pops is something special. We love and enjoy every minute we spend with him, right, Kev?
Yeah, no question about it. Yeah. Like I said, one of the most inspirational men I've ever been in contact with, and the privilege and that pleasure is definitely all ours.
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little pigskin for you, Will. You're into that starting role now.
Yep.
What's it like playing for Coach Nelson? I know he's a fiery kind of dude, and he keeps everybody accountable. But I couldn't think of outside of JB maybe a better coach to work with on a daily basis. I think Nelly's just a great dude.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy. We love building a relationship together as our crew, with our O-line. He definitely makes it fun, spending time with him at his house, having O-line dinners. He'll put us to work, He'll get on us, but he's definitely easy to work with, and I guess you could say.
Yes.
Will, have you seen the growth of the offensive line from the first game against Tex West up until the game just a few days ago? Are you seeing your guys growing and you guys are bonding more and you're getting that relationship together as an entire unit?
Yeah, for sure. We kind of got off to a slow start. As a team as a whole, we didn't want to be at 1-2, but we definitely built the chemistry as an O-line. It might have taken a few games there, but we're definitely working together like we should.
Will, when you see you watch a little NFL, I'm sure, just a little bit?
Yeah.
A lot of challenges in the National Football League with teams having issues up front.
Yeah.
And it's league-wide, right? It's all over the place. You see the Rams yesterday, they're besieged. The Cincinnati Bengals were in the Super Bowl a year ago. They can't block anybody.
Yeah.
When you see that and you kind of see what's happening here at ACU and how you guys have kind of gotten better from one week to the next with health and more reps. And again, guys have been going down, so you're playing with different people. So it's been a real challenge. But to see that growth, it's fairly impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. You can see across the league some running backs have been struggling, and that's a testament to how the offensive line play is. It's got to be set up front in order for the whole team to produce. So it's one of the biggest things in football where the guys up front need to take care of their job so that everybody else can produce.
It often gets overlooked, right? But the offensive line,
for sure,
the defensive line, those guys in the trenches. It's just those guys really they pay the bills. They just do that.
So, Will, when I throw out numbers, 627 as far as offensive yards, 31 first downs, 505 in the red zone. Your quarterback is, for two weeks in a row, he's the Sooner Athletic Conference Offensive Player of the Week. How does that make you feel as an offensive lineman? Does that really boost your pride knowing that you're part of those numbers going out and your quarterback getting that kind of achievement to be Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Week again, Offensive Player of the Week?
Yeah, for sure. It makes us feel good up front. We're doing our job, so they're able to do theirs. Able to produce. Tyler's able to throw down the field, score some touchdowns. And run. Yep. He's a mobile guy. And we're able to see our running backs produce. So it really makes us feel good when everybody else does good too.
I throw this number out all the time because it's our quarterback. It's Tyler Duncan. He's the second all-time leading rusher here behind Aiden Quinn. That is just phenomenal what TD does. All right, DeAnte, you play with some different backers here, like Jacob the Hitman Hernandez.
Yes, sir.
Anything you could take away from the Hitman and his style of play and what's it like playing next to the Tank? I mean, you're playing next to some of the greatest nicknames ever here.
Right.
Ever been here to play here at ACU.
Yeah, to begin with, Jake, it was great to just see him just fly around like how he did. He was out there and like everybody knew that was Jake. Like no matter what team it was, whoever it was, Jake was always out there making plays. It was great to just receive the knowledge that he gave because he was also a very good teacher. Like he would teach us like little ways to get past the alignment coming for you, a guard, like how to read the guards pulling, and if a lineman pass blocks and he's probably going for like a screen or it might be a pass. It was just great to just learn the knowledge from him. And then Tank, he's been he just picked up from where Jake's been going on, and he's just been like producing very well right now. He's a great leader on the team. He brings the defense together. He's been stepping up in that role very well, and it's great to see it, and it's great to be a part of it too. Watching him,
it's a lot of fun watching you guys, do your thing out there from the middle spot, no doubt about it.
DeAnte, when you've got a defensive line that is ferocious as you have,
yes,
and a secondary that is good as they are, you've got lockdown corners and safeties.
Right.
How does that make you a better linebacker, knowing that front is strong and that back is strong? All you got to do is your job.
Right. It's fun watching the D linemen eat because like if they're eating, then I mean we're chilling right now. Like everything is going good. Our D line they're probably the best in the nation, in my opinion. Our DB core is the best in the nation right now. Our two safeties and our corners has been locking down. Everybody's been playing well. It's good to see everybody coming together and just doing their job. Everybody's doing their job. We're not trying to do too much, and everybody's just playing exceptionally well right now.
To hold line to 8 points in under 200 yards of offense.
Right.
That's an achievement right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I've asked this question to other guests on the program, but it just seems fitting for you two guys. You talk about so many of your teammates, and you have high praise for all of your teammates. And we know that the work ethic here is second to none. But DeAnte, who makes you better in practice? And then Will, the same question for you. Obviously, different sides of the ledger, but who gives you fits when you have to run into one of them? Maybe even Will. You run into Will? How's that work?
Me and Will, we've had our encounters pretty much a lot going on. It starts with our scout team. Our scout team, they've been playing and practicing very well. The running back, we had Jasis going on he went from safety to playing running back last week because we were down for scouting our running back. So it was cool to see him step up and just give the defense a good look.
Is that Jace Patton?
Jasis Bennett.
Oh, Jasis Bennett.
Yeah,
okay.
He stepped into the running back role last week because we had a player go down. But it was good to see someone step up that's ready to buy into the program. As far as giving work, the running backs, we go one-on-ones every Thursday. So it's we have a competitive going back and forth to see who wins. Whoever loses got up-downs after.
All right, who's making you work? Tell me what backs are performing well.
Aiden Quinn, Rocket, he's pretty fast.
Yeah, Maurice can absolutely pick him up and him down.
Right. Arion, too. It's good to see Arion back. He was coming off the ACL injury, and then just to see him progressively keep getting better and better. It's good to see him.
Arion's core, man. He looks like just a specimen.
Yeah, he's a low right there. Yeah, we work out in the weight room together. So, yeah, we're always constantly making sure we're on each other, trying to make each other better.
Yeah, Arion is a rock.
Yeah. What about you, Will Chambers? Who makes you work in practice?
I mean, it's the D-line for our scout team has been phenomenal this year. They've given us a great look, challenged us every day of practice. Just across the board, they're giving us a good look, working hard. They don't let up any reps.
So you're in the huddle. You turn around and you're like, dude, that's Rodriguez now. He was out the last play. Now Marty's fresh. I got to deal with this guy now. And then you turn around and you're like, dude, they just put in Maurice Powell. He's fresh too. Christian Threadgill made a nice impact in that game. I mean, on and on.
Yep.
We talk about the depth, and that's a testament to everybody that recruits and to Coach Bowen and the staff here. It's remarkable to see how much depth you guys really have.
Yes, sir.
Well, when you're standing on the sidelines and you're watching your defense do what they do, staying on their heads pretty much, and they shut down Lion, do you marvel at what they do? And is it similar to what they do in practice as far as the intensity and the ferocity that they bring to a football game?
Oh, for sure. It's awesome to watch. I mean, we see it every day in practice, you know, when we're going against like Mo and Martin. I mean, it's a challenge to block those guys. I'm not going to lie, but yeah, it definitely makes you feel good inside. Like, we got a defense out there that's going to shut them down, do their job, so we can get back on the field with offense.
Last question: what are you guys going to do for the bye week? Any plans? Any group gatherings? What's going to be the method of operation here?
I'm probably going to rest up a little bit. You know,
Okay.
when we have a few off days here, I'm going to try to get back to being 100%.
You a little nicked, Will?
Yeah, just a little bit.
That's part of football.
D,
Yep.
it's tackle football. Don't tell me you're a little nicked, huh?
Yeah, just recover this week. Try to just ease up this week, but just know, like, just going into next week, knowing what's ahead of us going into the next week, get on the film, do some schoolwork this week, and pretty much just try to get healthy, keep everybody healthy this week.
SC Commissioners honor roll and academic all SAC honors for this guy right here, DeAnte Livingston. And if I had the information in front, I'm sure Will gets it done in the classroom as well.
Yes, sir.
So congratulations to you guys.
Thank
Again,
you.
it's been our privilege here to have you on. More classy characters here talking some football with ACU on the Storm Report. We're going to take it to the cross-country side of things. Ariz Duarte, let's get this right. Ariz Duarte. We're gonna probably need some help with that. And then let's see.
that right, Ariz?
Ariz Duarte and Brandon Ericson are here. And let me tell you something. These two were instrumental as they put on a show at the Mesa Invitational. We're going to talk about that right after this. We welcome you back inside the Tower Grill on the campus of Arizona Christian University for the Storm Report. Kevin Derryberry alongside Ed Cole. And joining us here from the cross-country team is Ariz Duarte and Brandon Ericson. First, ladies first. Ariz,
Hi.
welcome. Thank you for being here
Thank
tonight.
you.
Well, what's the, if you would, what's the nationality of your name?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, my mom actually got it from a different name. Her best friend's name is Ariz Beth.
Okay.
And she just took the Beth out.
Right.
And,
All right.
yeah.
Oh, so you say, the way you say it is Ariz Beth? You say Ariz.
Ariz, yeah.
Ariz. Ariz. Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very pretty, very elegant name.
Thank you.
Brandon, you're
Yes,
not gonna match that.
I know.
You're just
Sorry.
not gonna get there.
Just a little basic name.
No
It's all
matter
right.
what
Yeah.
we try to do, we're just not gonna have the elegance.
all good.
as
Brandon,
Ariz.
Brandon, you are who you are.
I know. I'm proud of that. So we're here. We're here.
Hey, we'll start with you, Brandon.
Of course.
The Mesa Jamboree, it's been kind of topsy-turvy kind of season for you with
Yeah, of course.
injuries and whatnot. Things have been challenging
Yeah.
for Coach Fasholz and company. But take us, through the experience at the Mesa Jamboree, where it seemed like both the men and women had some success.
Yeah, of course. We showing up to meet with only 4 runners is obviously going to be difficult for us. It's really difficult. It's showing up to practice just a little frustrated every day, just with something new coming up. But showing up to that meet, just with the guys we had, it was just super excited just to have at least these guys are committed, super committed to us, and so just putting it all out there, no matter what the result is, even if we can't see a physical score sheet come up for us, like just being there and presenting ourselves in front of all these other community colleges and stuff was really special to us, and so I feel like we did the best with what we had. So
there's more to just the results sometimes, right?
Yeah,
it's the
100%.
effort and it's the work ethic that's gone into that, Ed.
And then, Brandon, when you have a situation like that, it's just all on the 4 young men to step up. And
Yep.
when guys are down, it's just like it is in A sports, like it is in football. When guys or ladies go down, it's up on everybody else that's healthy to step up and take the brunt of the pressure that they have.
yeah,
on them.
100%. It's just about setting a standard for all the rest of the guys. Like, we need you guys here, and every single person on our team matters. Like 100%. Everyone's so equal to each other, and so we just need every guy there. And it's just really important to us that we're able to have that and just inspire the other guys to work even harder, get there. And as one of the captains on the team, just try to inspire just a little more and do a little bit more for our team.
Ariz, how about for you on the ladies' side of things? What are some challenges that you've endured, some of the adversity that you have had to battle thus far that you seem to be able to, put away at least to compete?
Yeah, no, I think so far we've been doing really well. Our team is very young. I think I'm the only senior on the team.
Okay. You're the veteran of the group, huh?
Yes.
All right.
The girls, they show up every day ready to just put their heart outs in every workout. We hold each other accountable. We push each other. And I feel like we have yet to face our toughest races yet. So we're just preparing for that. So, yeah.
Ariz, I'm going to tell you now.
Yes.
What you guys do as far as this cross country, this long distance running, I could never do what you do. What is your preparation? I'll ask you and I'll ask Brandon. What is your preparation like as you get ready for this Mesa, an invitational like that, and you're getting ready to go out to California to get ready for another meet out there? What's your preparation like as far as physical and what you do as far as your diet and your sleep and all of that stuff to get you ready for an event?
Yeah, definitely. So, it usually starts the week of the race or a week before. You have to make sure you're getting your rest because we do run about 45 to 50 miles a week. And you just want to make sure we get our rest in, definitely eat enough protein, get our nutrients. And Coach is really on us on going to the trainers at least twice a week, getting our ice bath. So that's how we prepare physically. Mentally, I guess you just have to be ready to hurt. It's inevitable. We're all going to be hurting, but who's willing to hurt the most? And really just go out there. And we really run for each other. And Jesus, of course, and this Angela. We sponsor a girl from Malawi, and we run for her as well. So, yeah.
That's awesome. For you, Brandon?
Yeah, of course. So, just general training to get to these races, just 100% healthy, 100% fit, starts in the summertime, And that starts like as soon as we're done with our track season. So just building up to the base mileage. Personally, I was getting up to 70 miles a week by the end of June, just consistent. And then Coach made it clear, like, I want you at that standard every single week. And then we'll try to do a little more than that, a little less than that, depending on race weeks or whatever. And then just committing to the workouts that he plans for us. Coach puts a lot of time and effort into creating these workouts for us just to push us over the edge every single time, just to get us a little bit better every single day. And so I really, really appreciate that from Coach Fasholz and just committing to that. And when everyone shows up to those workouts, they're fit, and we can be more confident that we are fit, and we're able to perform to whatever ability we can at that race.
Brandon, you say 70 miles a week. How do you break that down throughout the course of 7? Do you run every day or just like Monday through Friday?
It's every day, Monday through Sunday, and so that's what you have to do. And of course, you could plan it out, but sometimes you'll get lucky if you heavy load in the front of your week. Sometimes you get lucky with a Sunday off, but usually it's just Sunday. I take a shakeout run, a couple miles, just to be ready for our Monday workout or Monday long run, whatever it may be that Coach has planned for us. But yeah, on Monday, or usually the week starts out with a workout, either a workout or a long run. So this morning, we had all our guys do 14 miles this morning, just bright and early here, like 14 miles. That's super exciting to see all the guys together and doing that really together. So it's super, super cool.
Kevin, 14 miles.
Yeah, Brandon, you said 6 or 7 days a week. Now, we all know that Sunday is the Lord's Day. You can take Sunday off, right? But
Of course,
but the mindset's not allowing that, huh? 70 miles, Ed. That's basically heading up the Prescott Valley or Prescott.
Yeah.
Once a
One-
week,
one way.
but that's just that's a jog up the hill and a jog back down.
Yep.
I can't. I mean, that is just
It's all
that is-
discipline.
It's mind-boggling. So we talk about
Oh, goodness.
the type of individual that likes that, right? That therapy of running and competing. How did you arrive at that? Like, when did you figure out this is my deal? Like, I really enjoy running, and I like the aspects of it and the byproducts of it as well.
Yeah, so it kind of all boils down to like elementary school. My dad was a big runner in high school. He was super great runner. Grew up in California. He actually ran with our men's head basketball coach Jeff Rudder, and so that's kind of how we got in contact with here. And so, besides that point, it's the way I fell in love with running is just starting elementary school every year. Running is really a love-hate sport, and if you're not seeing results from what you're doing every single day, it's really frustrating and makes you want to. You'll have those days like, why am I still doing this? But it's just all about like committing to it. And when you do see the results you want and see all the hard work you paid off for, all the little things that you do each and every single day, and you see that come through a time or a place at a race, through competing, through a team win or however it may be, it's the most rewarding thing in the world. And so that's why I stick with it every day. And although it may seem individual, you're running your own race, it's for the team. You're still scoring as a team, and so it matters for you to be in that race for your teammates and be able to encourage them while racing indirectly, of course.
And you got quite a bit of success at Highland High School, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was blessed to have some my upperclassmen during my time. One being Leo Dashbach, #2 high school runner in the entire country, and so all of us really looked up to him. He was literally insane, and it was just so cool just being by his side, especially through his recruitment process to University of Washington, and to see like the type of stuff he does, the extra stuff he does in order to go to these bigger meets that we're not necessarily going to be able to go to, but seeing him be able to go to all those things, it's really inspiring, and it's like I want to work as hard as he does, because if he could do it, I eventually can't do it. Maybe, granted, he's super freak athlete and like literally insane genetics or whatever, but he still puts in like twice as much work as we do, and so it's just that's how our success is. It's just these upper guys just really inspiring all the younger guys, and even right now, I think Highland's like maybe like one or two in the entire Arizona state right now, and so it just carries on through.
I'll tell you what, a very inspirational answer, and when I apply and I start to prepare for my 40-minute walk tomorrow morning, I'm going to think this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing, and we can certainly make this. I don't know if my dog Kaya is going to go along with it. But
Yeah,
Ariz, how about for you? What is your motivational point then? Where do you draw your strength from?
Yeah, well, I guess just improving, it helps me grow as a person, honestly. It takes a lot of discipline. It's a hard sport mentally,
yes.
Having to get up 5 in the morning. But once I graduate, I mean, I have to get up for work. So, it's just, I guess it's preparing me for life. And it's also just me against myself as well mentally. When you compete out there, you want to get better than you were. And I guess that's the motive, just get better, grow as a runner, as a person. And see how far you can go. Just see what your body can do. It's amazing what you can actually do. I never thought I could run 50, 60 miles, and here we are.
In a week, and I can attest for a lot of people watching at home, we're all shaking our head like, nah, I don't think we could get to 50. 25, 30 might be more reasonable. Smaller, more achievable type goal. Ed? You? No. Okay.
Ariz, when you're running and you're running these long distances, what are you trying to put in your head mentally so you can keep yourself, continue to push yourself?
Yeah.
If you're running 14 or 15, however long you're running, what continually goes through your mind, and how are you motivating yourself to keep your body pushing and your mind in harmony with your body?
Well, honestly, it's my teammates. We're not out there alone. We run together, and I guess we just talk. We talk about anything. That's how we bond. We get distracted, honestly. We have to distract each other. So sometimes we run in silent. Sometimes we talk about life. We just anything, honestly. And it just gotten to the point where we're just used to it. Our body's used to it. We don't really have to. Sometimes we do have to dig deep to really force ourselves to go out there. But at this point, it's just part of it's just natural. It comes natural now. But definitely teammates play a big role. It is hard going alone on a 14-mile run, but once you have your teammates, you're all suffering together. You're not in it alone. So that helps, knowing you're not alone.
Right.
Yeah.
My final question for you, too. When we talk about individual coaching or just coaching in general, when it comes to football and baseball and other team sports, we kind of get the idea of a coach might say, hey, this is a better way to box out, or this is a better way to shoot a free throw, or the technique when it comes to blocking, things like that. What kind of technique or what kind of skills or what are some of the messages that a coach or Coach Fasholz would provide for each of you in an instructional type way?
Oh, of course. Yeah, coach is really big on just being mindful of what we're doing every single day, just not to be arrogant about our training, not to try to overdo it, but find the balance that's going to be able to work within ourselves. That's, he likes to say, work within yourself. And so just trying to find that balance every single day. And he does a really good job just providing us like certain times for our workouts, what we need to hit for paces or whatever. We have upcoming workout this Wednesday that's really going to push us. It's probably going to be one of our harder workouts, but it's really going to push us to that next level. And I'm really excited for him. I'm really excited what guys are going to perform to what he wants. And because he believes we could do it, there's a lot of belief through him and through every single person. And so
that's huge, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's everything almost. And so if you don't have that mental like battle within yourself, then able to push through whatever challenges you could see in the future, then that you're going to fall apart. And so it's like, it's really tough.
And like Ariz already pointed out, the mental aspect here. Again, we go back to I'm going to the 40 minutes tomorrow morning. I'm like, man, I got a lot of stuff to do, but I'm going to carve out this 40 minutes and just crush this brisk walk of mine. Whereas you're in the middle, you're in your 13th mile and you've got to dig down deep. That's got to be, I mean, honestly, I commend you for that, but that's got to be a challenge.
Yes, but it's honestly worth it at the end. It gets to the point where, wow, you honestly did that, you know, and it's a good sense of accomplishment.
It'll take you a long way with that, right?
Yes. Ariz, Brandon, when you guys aren't running, when you're back in, when you guys are chilling and you just guys are you kind of decompressing from all this stuff, 70 miles of running and all this other stuff, what do you like to do to kind of get your mind away from the task at hand?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You got it?
You can go ahead.
Are you sure? Okay, so anyways, personally, I'm pretty lazy off the front. I like to save all my energy for the workout or whatever, so I'm going to put all my energy in that, and so often I'm pretty lazy, and so I just like get school done and stuff, pretty tied in with the academics or whatever, and so.
See, Brandon, that word just doesn't match what's
lazy?
inside your heart and your brain and the intestinal fortitude that you are made up of. Lazy doesn't work.
Yeah, it's a switch sometimes, you know.
He just switches
That's
it
why
off.
you put it, flip it on and off.
Exactly. That's how
what about you, Ariz? How do you handle
Honestly, I'm usually taking naps, just watching Netflix, just relaxing because normally we're tired.
Right. So whatever, I could ask you, what's the show of choice on Netflix? And you might say, I haven't even got through a full episode because
you probably fall asleep on that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's great. Well, we've enjoyed our conversation with you once again. A special thank you to Tim Gosen, our SID, who always puts together our guest list, which is always an A guest list. So we thank you guys for being a part of the Storm Report this week.
Thank you guys for having us so much.
And certainly we want to thank Jeff Bowen for his contribution tonight here on the Storm Report, as well as all of our other guests, including DeAnte Livingston and Mr. Will Chambers. And I tell you what, we couldn't do any of this without our guy, Devin Williams. It's nice to see Devin playing tackle football on Saturday nights. And then here, as a broadcasting major, he is in here on the Storm Report in the Tower Grill, taking care of us here behind the scenes.
And of course, our guy, JD
Hamby.
JD Hamby.
You can't you run out of superlatives for JD Hamby, I like to say. So we appreciate JD. And for you, all of you at home, we appreciate your participation, and we thank you for watching tonight's program. Until next week, he's Ed Cole. I'm Kevin Derryberry. Until next time, so long for now.
Bye, guys.